Hey, welcome. I'm Bill Gross at Bill Gross Probate on social media and YouTube. I'm really excited to have today the proprietor, Leanne McKenzie of US Probate Leads. I get asked, probably more than any other topic, what's the best source of data for somebody looking to build a probate business? And the answer, surprisingly, is it depends. Depends on who you are, what you want to do with it. And I know recently Leanne had, I think it was a 3-day masterclass. I jumped in on parts of it. It was excellent and really an expert on the subject of probate data. Leanne, thank you so much for making time with us today.
Oh, thank you, Bill. We appreciate the opportunity.
And specifically, the company is US Probate Leads. USProbateLeads.com is the website. And you retrieve probate and heir data directly from courts every month. Talk a bit about the data that's available for customers to purchase.
Yeah, we put this company together about 20 years ago, and what we have built up is a researcher team, a national researcher team that goes into virtually any courthouse in the country. Have had great success with that. We started out simply by working in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and really learning how to do this and how to reach out. And we quickly expanded to other areas. And today we retrieve more than 40,000 probates. We work across probably 2,000 different counties, which is really remarkable when you think about it. There's 3133, 3150 counties in the country. And we hit almost 2/3 of those in any given year. So at any point in time, you can come to us and say, I need data in such and such an area. If you're in a major population center and the demographics are good for this type of stuff, then we have that data on the shelf. We have, I think today, maybe 4 million probates in our inventory. So wow. We have an awful lot of probate information. We have probably about 150 to 200 researchers that work with us across the country that go in to pull data. And all of these guys are paralegals or have been trained in some manner to be able to get this data. I know folks think here that, well, we can just go in. It's all public record information. I'll just be really upfront about that. Anyone can go into a courthouse and retrieve data. Simple fact is, it's really not, it's like everything else. It's not quite that simple. Right. Sometimes the courts themselves make it a little bit more difficult than what you would expect. Right. The clerk that's behind the desk there, this is an added responsibility. And oftentimes he's really not too excited about stopping what he's doing and going and getting data that you might need. Other times the data itself might be put in simple file folders. And I know myself have been on my knees in the back row behind several different filing cabinets, trying to retrieve data and trying to read the data and everything else. It's just not as easy as someone would seem to think it is. Right. Once you get the data, then and getting the data, there's some complexities there. A lot of courts today are coming in and asking us when we walk in the door, give me the docket numbers that you want. Give me the name of the individual, the decedent that passed away. Well, that information for a newbie to go in and get is a little tricky. Researcher that's been doing this, that goes over there every month, he knows how to do that and retrieve that data. So I think I just rambled a little bit. I have a tendency to do that.
No, not at all. You're a wealth of information. One thing, so just to go back a little bit, for example, I'm in Los Angeles County. All of the case data is online, but you can't get all the data. So for example, you can pull up the case information, but the forms that have perhaps the attorney's contact information or the administrator, petitioner, executor's contact information, that's a separate page that you either have to pay for or go to the court to get. And so Leanne's company sends researchers in to open those files, knows where to look and get that data and put that in. So a couple things, and I also just want to back off a little bit, because what you're talking about is correct. You're selling data, not leads. And I think that the one thing that people misunderstand is that you're just selling the data of people who are filing probates. And I like setting expectations as real, which is, to me, the data is like the seeds, and leads are like once you've planted them and fertilized them, watered them a bit, they start to sprout. Those are your leads, right? So you're really selling the data of who's filing a probate and their contact information that's on the filing forms.
Yeah, that is correct. What we provide is the decedent name and last known address. We provide the executor name, his residential address. Oh, I got something going on here. That's interesting. We're in a hard freeze area right now. Wow, that just may stop us. I don't know. Can you hear that in the background?
I can, but we can push through it. It's okay.
Okay, I apologize. So anyway, we provide the executor's name and address. We provide his name, his telephone number, and email information, and then we provide his attorney of record and their contact information. And the idea here is to be able to give somebody that is interested the information off that case file so that they can reach out to that executor. The executor is the decision maker, so he's going to be the individual that you can actually talk to purchase the property, and he is the one that is actually authorized to sell the property. So we make all that information available. We also have another lead type that we do, and that lead type would be air data. And air data is much more difficult to get because, like you were talking, there's a lot of information in a case file, and in order to find the errors, somebody has to go through, analyze that. It's never structured. You'd have to go through and pull that information out. And what we provide with that solution is actually the name of the heir and his contact information. We run all of this stuff through third-party data enhancers and ensure that the telephone numbers we provide and the email addresses we provide are all accurate. Surprisingly enough, some of the email addresses and telephone numbers that you get right off the court record, some of those people didn't take the time to actually put that down as accurately as they could. So in summary, what we do is provide basically anything that a person would need. You're right; it's a lead, and that differs from the it's data, probate data that we are retrieving. I agree. A lead would probably it could be a qualified lead where somebody has already called these people and limited the number of people, the contact information you're getting and stuff like that. That's not what we do with our program. We actually provide the raw data that's retrieved at the courthouse. But once again, we're providing all the information, all the valid information that would be at the courthouse that an individual would be interested in. So it's really easy to go through and qualify that information yourself.
So one of your customers might make sense for them to consider taking the data they get from you and running it through some sort of other database append services to get additional phone numbers or cell phone numbers or spouse numbers.
I don't think you need to do that. We really do a good job of that. That's our service. And we're going to provide a minimum of 3 telephone. Well, we're going to provide up to 3 telephone numbers. We're going to provide up to 3 email addresses for each individual, and we're going to have run those through a third-party source that's going to make sure that they are valid information. So,
oh wow,
yeah.
And then, obviously, there's different systems and coaching products and services on what to do with this once we have it. So we'll leave that. But at the same time, you've had some customers who come and go, and you've had other customers who've been good customers for years, as well as have expanded their geography with you over time. What are the common denominators of those people who have success using your data in their business versus those that you find are struggling with it?
Yeah, good question. The folks that really do well in this space have set up a process, and they follow that process pretty religiously. Mm-hmm. They subscribe to data really long term, and what they're doing is building up a pipeline of leads. And what I mean by that is, let's say a person comes in and gets 100 leads off of us this month. Right. He probably works that, he narrows it down, and there's 8 to 10 leads that he's he wants to carry forward. Next month, the same thing will happen. By the time he gets out to 5 or 6 months, he probably has about 50 leads that he's working at any one point in time. Right. That really is the key to be able to stand in this business. You want to have good, solid leads in your pipeline that you can work. And then it's process. You really want to understand how to talk to these people. And there's an entire outreach program that is involved in this. We work with a lady that can provide excellent training for some of this type of work, Sharon Van Bornholt. And
Sharon's fantastic. I've actually interviewed her on my podcast. She's a great real estate coach in this area.
Really impressed. Yeah, there's a fantastic skill set there. And it was a natural marriage for the two of us to come together and provide what we provide is the information needed, and what she provides is the message as to how to take advantage of using that data.
Yeah, she has a really, really good job. Well, look, Leon, I appreciate the time that you've made for us today. Now, I do know that you offer, if somebody wants to get in touch with you, you have a calendar link that they can click on in order to get more information. I'll put the link on the screen. It'll be in the description as well. So if somebody's interested, what's that process look like for them to go from I'm interested to what's it going to cost me, I guess is the bottom line, right?
Yeah, at the end of the day, the cost is pretty reasonable. In all honesty, we are offering our leads for the same price we did in 2005. Never changed the pricing on it. An oversight, and we just have that same pricing. So we sell it in blocks. We sell 25 leads, 50 leads, 100 leads. So you can go in and pick out the number of leads that you want. We sell at the county level. And in LA, I think we're selling in the neighborhood of $550 or something like that a month. So we have all lead pricing. We do have the pricing at the lower end of it. You'll typically find the pricing being in the kind of depends on the area, maybe $2 a lead or something like that. Historical data we sell for, and historical data meaning it was collected in a previous month. So if it's for the 3 month prior, it's being sold for $1 a lead. If it's up to 6 months, it would be 75 cents, and then to a year, it would be 75 cents. It'd be 85 cents for the 3 month, and then older than that would be 50 cents. So the pricing is pretty reasonable for all this stuff, and the solution that we have put in place for an individual to come in and get the data is really straightforward. It's an online tool. You come in and identify your state, and just go to our website link, U.S. Probate Leads, and then you click on the state, and you click on the it'll prompt you for the counties in that state, and then you can choose from a whole host of different packages there to be able to get to get your package. And when you do, then the price, it's you see all the information there for your quote. Works very well, and people have had pretty good success in terms of getting in and getting the information. You can actually buy online and get your information. So it's a pretty good system. We've spent a lot of time trying to build something that was cost efficient and easy to use, and then we have the training and everything necessary to be able to take you to the next steps.
And then I know you have a special offer for people watching this. Can you describe what the offer is?
Yeah, we have essentially we're offering 15% off for anybody that dials into the podcast and comes to us. And the best way to take advantage of that is just give me a call on the set up a calendar appointment, and I'd be happy to work you through it. And we'll do you right. I mean, that's kind of the nature of it. We've been at this for a long time, and we want you to be successful. So we'll make something happen.
And full disclosure, I'm not getting any affiliate income from this. I'm really just doing this because I want to be the resource for agents across the country on where to get the data. I've heard of agents using U.S. probate data for the 6 years I've been in this business. And I also know the coach Sharon V, who is fantastic and a great resource, and also is a advocate of this particular product. The other thing is I'm in one county, I work in Los Angeles County, where there's abundant choices. But I think for some of you watching this, in more remote counties, either they already get the data in many counties across the country, or they'll get it for you. Call Leon and he'll work out some sort of a deal for research or things like that. So, Leon, again, US Probate Leads.com. I really appreciate the time with you today. Thank you so much for being a service to our listeners.
Thank you, sir. We really appreciate it. Good to talk to you again.
And again, I'm Bill Gross, at Bill Gross Probate on social media. I host probateweekly.com. Love to have you join us there as well. If you like this, like it, share, subscribe, and we'll talk to you soon. All the best.